in your film, Run Fat Boy Run, the main character basically deserts his bride at the altar, who happens to be pregnant, and then tries to win her back with a marathon. Can you explain to me the symbolism of this marathon?
First of all, well done. I mean, you just summarized the movie better than I ever have. The symbolism, I don't know if that is exactly the symbolism. There's no real symbolism there. I mean, when I first read the script in the first 3 pages, you've got, as you described, a character who abandons his pregnant bride. I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to forgive this guy. And then much to my surprise, by the end of the script, I was really moved. And aside from all the great comedy in it, I really forgave him. I mean, I really understood and was rooting for him. You know, I don't, you know, it's not this big message movie or anything, but what it does say I like, which is that it says basically that it's about a guy who wants to realize his own potential. He's kind of down on himself, and I think it's about him reclaiming his own self-worth.
The regret I feel every day because I didn't have the guts to marry the woman I love.
Dennis, this is Whit.
Seriously, what do you see in him?
He's a good man. He runs marathons for charity, for Pete's sake.
It's not how you start.
Libby, I can change. I will run the marathon.
What?
It's about how you finish.
The one that Whit's doing, I'll run that, and I'll finish it.
Come on, you've never finished anything in your entire life.
I'm running. You ready? Ready.
Now, this is your directorial debut with a feature film. You've done a lot of directing before. You directed 10 episodes of Friends and many other projects.
A lot of theater.
Right, a lot of theater. But in this instance, a year and a half into the project, it was transferred from New York to London.
Right.
How did you deal with that as a director? What were some of the challenging issues you had to face in that transfer?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing was the rewrite of the script and getting the right actor to play Dennis. Luckily, I knew Simon, and I had just finished working with him, and we had such a good time together that I gave him the script. I just handed it to him. I said, "What do you think? You want to do the rewrite on this?" Because he's a great writer as well. So, and do you want to star in it? And he read it, and he said, "Yeah, let's do this."
But there was some anglicizing that I read about. What's that all about? Like, an example.
Well, a great example was originally his landlord, this terrific character in the movie. It's kind of his father figure.
I love that character.
Yeah, well, in the original script, he was an old Italian American because he was in New York, and then when it was going to be transferred to London, the first thought I had was to cast a friend of mine who I've worked with before, this wonderful Indian actor named Harish Patel as his landlord, because there's such a large South Asian population in London.
I'm the assistant coach.
Why'd you get to be assistant coach?
Because I'm this petulant.
I'm trying to get a feel for your directing style, and I heard that you had a no yelling policy on the set. Could you explain that a little bit more?
I just think life's too short for anyone to be. It's ridiculous for anyone to be yelling at anyone on a movie set. You should be just feeling so lucky that you're actually making a movie to begin with. And I also worked on a movie once where a director had just totally berated someone on the crew in front of everyone, and immediately he lost my respect. I mean, it was just, that's it, I'm done. I don't respect you. If you're going to abuse your power in that way and make someone feel like shit in front of everyone else, especially on a comedy, you could feel there was a palpable chill that descended over the whole crew and the whole set. And that's just not the way you want to make a film, or make a comedy at least.
I just have one last question.
Okay.
Are you married to filmmaking now? I heard that your mama wants you to settle down. Are you an eligible bachelor for all those women out there that still have a crush?
Am I married to filmmaking?
Yeah, are you married to filmmaking, or are you still like,
no,
is that like your ultimate passion? Or
It's hard to have babies with a film. So, no, I mean, I still feel the pressure from the mother, and to get married one day. I will. I'll have a family at some point. But it is more difficult when suddenly you start a relationship and then you're out of the country for a year and a half. So I think I have to make that as much a priority as anything else. So I will.